Hi everyone, I am Dr. Bri. I am your health and wellness coach and your pharmacist. And on this channel, Keep Wellness Simple, we teach you how you can use food as medicine, how you can pass along generational health to your children and grandchildren, and how simple tips to help you along your health and wellness journey. I have to say, what inspired me to do this video? The name of this video is going to be called Weird Symptoms of Perimenopause and Menopause. OMG. So, as I go along this journey of perimenopause, which is like the beginning stages of menopause, which is can last anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Perimenopause, so that's that stage before menopause. So menopause is defined as not having a menstrual cycle for 12 months. So, but perimenopause, your hormones are constantly going up and down. Estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, all of those hormones are going up and down, up and down, up and down. And you may wonder, like, God, dude, what is going on? Usually perimenopause, usually hits around, it can start as early as the mid-30s, but around that 45, 50, you can start having these symptoms. You're just going along in life, enjoying life, and bam, it seems like it just hits you like a ton of bricks. Oh my gosh. So as you begin to learn more about me on this channel, one of the reasons why I became really passionate about teaching people how to use food as medicine, and really passionate about nutrition, is because of my own health journey, specifically dealing with perimenopause. Okay, so I'm going to share with you really quick some weird, strange things that happened to me or happening to me as I transition and walk out this phase of my life with perimenopause. And so I'm going to do some research on that. So the first thing that happened to me was I was I had bought some aged cheese because I was going to make something, because I haven't found the right cheese yet. I haven't tried all the plant-based cheese out there. But of course, along this journey of making a lot of dietary changes, wasn't a big cheese eater, but sometimes you want a cheeseburger, you want to make it yourself instead of going in and buying one. So anyway, I bought some aged cheese. I forgot the brand, and I didn't think nothing of it. And I didn't eat that much of it. I put a little bit on my hamburger, and I'm telling you, probably after 2 bites, I had a most excruciating headache. I was like, oh my gosh. I've never had problems with migraine headaches, even just having menstrual cycles. I never really, that was not a major symptom that I would have. But as I've gotten older and going through this perimenopausal stage that we have to walk through and we can't rush it, I had a bad headache. So I just needed to do some research, and I found out, before that, I found out that, of course, aged cheese has tyramine in it. And if you suffer from migraines, you probably already have done your research. Like for me, I've never had major issues with migraines, so I never thought about pursuing to research, root causes or trigger foods or things like that. So anyway, so tyramine is a protein that is being developed when a cheese, we know the aging process of the cheese, it produces tyramine, and it's the tyramine that can cause the headaches. So foods that are high in the tyramine are like your cottage cheese and cheddar cheese, and sometimes bananas can be high in tyramine. So Parmesan cheese, blue cheese. So I was like, oh God, I would never ever do that again. I'm just gonna stay away from it. So not long after that, I wanted to make me a stir fry, and I wanted to get some soy sauce that was GMO free, had very low sodium in it, and of course, you will learn as I go along on this channel. I would, begin to share with you some foods when you're going through these hormonal changes. There's some foods you kind of want to stay away from that can, off balance or make the estrogen, progesterone levels more off balance. And so I ended up getting some soy sauce and everything. I was like, okay, everything looks good on there. Look at the food label. I scan it, all that good stuff. And I ended up, so I tried it. And I didn't use a lot of it because I was like, I'm always cautious when I'm trying new foods and new things. and for this very reason, because I don't know if I'm going to have a reaction to it. So I tried it. I'm telling you, it was so good, and I was so proud of myself of cooking this stir fry with some beef tips in there. It was so good. I woke up the next day, and I had a headache. I had my joints were aching because I do have a sensitivity to gluten. So I was like, I know it doesn't have gluten. I mean, it was just, oh my God, it was horrible. And I had to take Tylenol to really deal with that and get rid of that. It was horrible. So I said, okay, apparently, this is not working for me. This is not working for me. I did some more research and found out that it has, no, it was not, sorry guys, it wasn't soy sauce. It was coconut amines, the coconut aminos, which is a good soy sauce substitute. It's a little sweet, but oh, it just tasted so good. So coconut aminos, how they make that when they take the coconut is fermented. And so I was like, oh my God. And it said, when I did my research, that if you have people who are sensitive, might have some sensitivities to foods that are fermented coconut. I was like, oh God, and it could cause like headaches and things like that. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, that just really hurt my feelings because I was just so excited for myself, just trying some different things, and it tastes good and all of that. So I said, okay, I got to put that on the shelf. I can't do that. I just can't. So I found out I'm sensitive to fermented foods. So I got sensitivities to tyramine. I'm sensitive to fermented foods. Then, you guys, I got two more for you. I was eating some watermelon. This is about around the 4th of July. I was just eating watermelon. I didn't overindulge or anything like that. This is the season for watermelon. It was like on a Saturday evening. I was eating watermelon. Fine, nothing out of the ordinary. So about 2 days later, I was eating some more watermelon. How about when I took the last bite, I started having this excruciating headache. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it reminded me of the headache that I had when I ate that aged cheese. I was like, oh my God, what in the world is going on? So I did some research and come to find out, in my research, it said that those who are sensitive to headaches, which I never had that problem before until now with perimenopause, is that watermelon contains nitrate and citrulline. So nitrates help to dilate the blood vessels, and so sometimes when the blood vessels are dilated, they can rush the blood, to your brain. You get a headache, and that headache, I had to take Tylenol because it felt like it lingered. I was like, oh gosh, I love watermelon. I don't eat it a whole lot, but I love it. I mean, literally 48 hours later, one day I was able to eat it. 48 hours later, I wasn't able to eat it. I was like, oh my gosh. So the last one, maple syrup, 100% pure maple syrup. I bought some maple syrup just the other day, a few days ago. It was a different brand. Maple syrup, is a really good sweetener. Still has a lot of sugar, but it's more natural sugar. But anyway, never had a problem with maple syrup before. Ate some pancakes, and I tell you, right after I ate that last bite of that pancake, my head was hurting so bad. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So of course I did some research, and this could be a couple of things in my research. It could be because of a spike in the blood sugar, and it might have been that brand. Maybe something was in that brand that I'm sensitive to, or spike in blood sugar, or maybe I was dehydrated or something like that, because we know that dehydration can cause headaches. But when you have headaches immediately after you are eating something or you come in contact with something, it's easier to make that connection. Like, you know what, it was that, it had to be that. Yeah, but that particular headache, which I think it might have been blood sugar related. I'm not a diabetic, but I guess my body is becoming more sensitive, desensitivities, as I'm going through perimenopause. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to do some research on food allergies that develop when you're going through menopause or perimenopause. And yes, it's a real thing. So you're not crazy if you think you just all of a sudden break out in hives and like, what is going on? Or you're having these random headaches, or you begin having these food allergies, foods you once be able to enjoy a day before or 2 days before, now you can't. You're not crazy. It could be hormone because of the perimenopause or menopause where you are. in your life and in your body, the cycle that you're going through, we go through a lot of changes. So to sum it up, part one of this video is, because I'm going to do another video where I go in a lot more detail about perimenopause and menopause, just to prepare you, because it's getting better now. You hear more discussion about perimenopause and menopause. I know we're not crazy, but this is something that happens in our bodies. Our bodies become, as estrogen is fluctuating, if I can talk, it is affecting the histamine that is being released in our bodies. So estrogen is a powerful hormone in our bodies that God made, and the key now is like balancing out. Find out those if you have an allergic reaction. It seems like you're allergic to everything. Don't be alarmed. Keep up with a food journal, and just note it and notate. And you may have to eliminate those items for a period of time. We may have to find some substitutes of other alternatives or things like that. But our bodies release more histamine. It's like as the estrogen is going all over the place, up and down, so it's the histamine levels going up and down. So the body's like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to react to everything. Whatever you eat, I'm just going to react to everything. So it can be a little frustrating, but I just want to encourage you today. Don't give up. Do your food journal. See what your triggers are. Focus on the anti-inflammatory foods. Very, very important, because we know anti-inflammatory foods really help a lot if you're having those inflamed type of reactions and things like that. So again, I'm going to cut this video short. Stay tuned, because soon I will have another video where I go a little bit deeper into weird things and symptoms that happen when you're going through perimenopause and menopause. I hope this helped. I'm Dr. Bri. Keep wellness simple, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.